going to be on this every single day until we bring Harmony home. And that's the way it's been since the beginning. Since he got custody of her, I've been fighting against the department to get her. I didn't have the greatest track record, but I never gave up. I never ever gave up, and I never stayed out there doing bad things. I always went and tried to get better. For my kids, you know? They need me, and I'm not going to stop.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Elise, and this is 10 to Life. We are going to be talking about the latest updates today in the case of missing 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery. Her mother is speaking out, and she is sharing with everybody what she believes may have happened to Harmony. So we're going to talk about the interview that she gave, what she's saying, as well as some of the key updates that have happened in the last 24 to 36 hours. So smash that like button, and let's get right into it.
10 to Life with Elise starts right now.
Okay guys, so as I mentioned, the last 36 hours really have kind of been a whirlwind. There have been several interviews by several people. We obviously put one of those interviews here on this channel, and Crystal, Harmony's biological mother, is speaking out with what she believes happened to Harmony. And this first part, where this is a second interview, but this first interview, which I played in the beginning of this, I know that I'm probably going to get mixed opinions on this. I believe that Crystal sounds very level-headed. Now I'm not saying that she maybe wasn't involved in whatever happened to Harmony and that she's completely innocent in this by any means, but to me, she sounded level-headed, she sounded concerned, and I believe that she truly has her heart in the right place here. Now, I could absolutely be wrong, and I'm sure that there are many of you guys who disagree with me. And again, I don't think that negates from her involvement and recklessness and irresponsibility in the earlier years of Harmony's life. However, I do believe that in this moment, at least, she appears to have a Harmony's best interest at heart. Now, earlier I released a video that I did on Kayla Montgomery, Harmony's stepmom, and how her story is just completely falling apart about how she hasn't seen Harmony since 2019, yet then we know she was collecting food stamps fraudulently, and in that affidavit, and when that worker came in January to assess the situation of 2021, she says that she was with Harmony every other weekend. So it's like her story in House of Cards is starting to crumble. I believe, and I've mentioned this before, that I think that she's going to flip on Adam to get a deal of her own, and I think she's going to start cooperating and talking. Now, as this search has been happening over the last couple of days at the house that Harmony once lived in, there are some photos of the law enforcement agencies outside of it, forensic teams, and there's this photo, which I can't tell if it's Kayla or not. It appears to me to be her, only because I don't know any professional person who, would be dressed so casually, I guess is the best way to put it. So I believe that she did lead them to the scene and perhaps gave them more information. It's also interesting because it was reported that she was removed from the jail for a brief time to go for an appointment, and that appointment wasn't confirmed as far as what that was. I believe, again, that she perhaps took law enforcement on site there or shared information that she had about possible evidence there. I don't believe that they're recovering a body there, maybe, but I think it's something else that's happening there, and I'm not quite sure what yet. It's also been said that she has been going in and out to a methadone treatment center, and apparently she had started on methadone prior to her arrest, and that's why they're allowing her to continue to do this outpatient where they take her in and bring her back. And for those of you who aren't familiar, methadone is a treatment and I guess you could just call it a medication, for lack of a better word, to treat narcotic drug addiction, which we know that she self-admittedly has suffered from, and honestly, by the looks of her mugshot, I believe was still suffering from, but that's just getting a little judgy here, I guess. So anyways, let's talk a little bit about the search that's been going on, because we now know that it has been going on it's going on day 2.5-ish almost, and they have now blocked off all entry points to this home. And what's really interesting is overnight they covered the entire backyard with a blue tarp. Now, I think that this could be because they're bringing in equipment to do a below the surface dig to see what else they could find. I also think that given the weather and the circumstances, it could also have been a move to preserve the crime scene and preserve any evidence from getting further destroyed. So I'm sure that we're going to learn a lot more here in the next 24 hours, or probably even less, to be quite honest. And I just want to read here a little bit about what's been going on in that search, because an FBI agent did speak out and said that the most concerning part to her about this case was the amount of paper bags being used. And she said that that means that evidence collected cannot be put into plastic bags. And apparently this means DNA evidence. So I'm a little bit conflicted here, and I've made it no secret. I'm very hopeful, absolutely, that Harmony is still alive. I personally don't believe that's the case, but her mother, Crystal, does believe that's the case. And I know there's been a lot of talk about the possibility of Harmony being potentially sold. And while I haven't wanted to jump to that conclusion, although it does absolutely make sense if her father, had to fuel his addiction and was always challenged for money and things of that nature, nobody close to the case had yet spoken out on that theory, and her mom did. And I'm going to play this for you guys right now, because when I saw this, it kind of took me back a little bit. I wasn't really expecting it. So let's have a listen here.
Who knows if her baby's here or not? So I know she's here.
Crystal Sorey feels her daughter is still alive. If she's listening to you right now, what do you want to say?
Hi, baby. If you can see me, if you can hear me, I want you to know that I never stop looking for you, and I won't stop fighting until I find you, okay? And you stay strong, and Mommy's right here fighting for you. I love you.
Crystal made her first public appearance and her first public comment since her daughter's mysterious disappearance made widespread headlines over the last week. She lit candles and said prayers with family and friends at a park in Manchester Saturday.
We just want her to know how much she's loved, and that we just want her to come home.
Crystal lost custody of her daughter, Harmony Montgomery, in 2018 as Crystal struggled with substance abuse issues. The last time she saw Harmony was over FaceTime around Easter 2019. After that, Crystal says Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, who had legal custody, blocked all contact.
I've been begging for any type of answer since 2019. It's disgusting. Since Easter, when I had an Easter basket for her for over a year, I held on to that.
Crystal, who lives in Massachusetts, says she called New Hampshire schools, drove by homes associated with Adam, and made multiple calls to the Division of Children, Youth, and Families. Do you feel let down by DCYF?
Oh, yeah. They've let so many people down. My daughter was failed by everybody.
New Hampshire's Department of Health and Human Services has declined to comment on the case, citing confidentiality issues. Adam was arrested this past week and is facing several charges, including for failing to have Harmony in his custody, but he hasn't been linked to her disappearance. The last time Harmony can be accounted for, according to investigators, is late 2019.
To be honest,
now, here's where she says something that I was not expecting at all, and I'm going to talk a little bit more after this, actually, about her interview.
I feel like he sold her.
Crystal is asking for help.
Let me just go back and let you listen to that one more time.
To be honest, I feel like he sold her.
Crystal is asking for help from the public.
If you know anything about my baby, please, I'm begging you to come forward.
So again, I know that there have been a lot of people talking and speculating out there that may have happened to Harmony. For me, I just wasn't expecting her biological mother to also say that she thinks that was what happened. And I feel like there's weight in that statement, not only because a mother's intuition, regardless how involved you are in the child's life or not, I do still believe that there is a strong sense of mother's intuition. So I think that's a component. But more than that, she obviously knows Adam very well. She knows what he's capable of. She knows his behavior, his patterns. So the fact that she could draw the conclusion that she believes that's what he would have done, to me at least, means she knows that he's capable of that. And she knows that that would be an option to him, that it wouldn't be something off the table. I think that she could have easily just have said, I think that he got angry and probably hurt her and did something to her, but she's not saying that. Even though there's obviously been statements and confirmation that he did in fact do that to her. And so the fact that she doesn't even go in that direction and that she goes in this direction, to me at least, just makes it seem like that is way likely of a possibility because she, again, knows his character, knows what he's capable of. And again, I don't want to dismiss her wrongdoings and some of the things that still aren't adding up in Crystal's story, but to me, she seems very level-headed and concerned in both of these pieces from these interviews. And something that stuck out to me too, and I get it, interviews aren't end all because people can fake emotion, they can fake words, they can practice. She talked about Harmony every step of the way in the present tense. When he asked, what would you say to her? She spoke directly to her, saying, Mommy's right here, Mommy hasn't stopped looking. And to me, again, and I could be way off, let me know what you guys think. To me, that's not somebody who knows that their daughter is not coming home. And she could be playing everybody. She could be playing me. She could be playing the cameras. That's why I'm interested to know what you think. But I don't think so. And I think that if she did, in fact, call schools, was looking for her, I know that she had posted something on her TikTok from back in the summer where she had said, Mommy's been looking for you, trying to get in touch with you. I'll never stop looking for you. I'm torn a little bit because I think she should have gone to the authorities much, much longer ago. Absolutely. If she knew that Adam was resisting her communication and wouldn't call her back or tell her Harmony's whereabouts, I think she should have gone to the authorities sooner, 100%. And I'm sure for her, in hindsight, she's kicking herself for it, I would imagine. But it also shows me that there is a pattern where she's holding on to that Easter basket. She's calling school. She was trying to locate her, but I don't think she was doing it in probably the most effective way she could have and going through those legal channels. But again, it still is also the system's fault for letting this fall through the cracks. Also, as they have been conducting this search at the house, the adopted father, one of the adopted fathers of Harmony's biological sibling, Jameson, tweeted. And he said, the new developments today have our family. And he says, we don't have adopted family or bio family. We just have family. He said that these updates and new developments have made them angry and sad. And he says, we will not give up hope. Our focus is on finding Harmony. We must bring her home. Now, he's obviously not able to share everything that they have discovered and all of these new developments because he doesn't want to jeopardize the investigation. But this tweet kind of has some underlining tells, in my opinion at least. I think that he is still saying our focus is on finding Harmony and bringing her home, so I don't know that that necessarily means that they are expecting a rescue versus a recovery. I think it could be interpreted either way, to be quite honest. But I think that when he says that those new developments have made them angry and sad, I think that that means Kayla did speak, or Adam maybe spoke, and I think that they have more evidence that there was some sort of physical harm happening to Harmony and more proof of that via evidence rather than just the testimony and stories that everybody has been sharing. Because he's saying clearly, these new developments have us angry and sad, and I think that that means that they see what may have been inflicted upon Harmony or possibly other things that may have happened. I think there's a little underlying tells here. I'm not trying to read too much into it or scrape it apart too much, but that's what I think. What do you guys think? So now that search is still underway at that house and they are collecting more evidence and they are searching. I believe Kayla is talking. That's just my opinion. I think perhaps maybe Adam even is sharing a little bit of information. I don't know. But I'd imagine that we're going to have more answers here in the next few hours and probably no more than 24 to 48 hours. I think we're going to get some solid answers here. So I'm going to keep you guys updated. I probably will go live with those updates just because YouTube has been being such a thorn in my side with flagging my videos. So I don't want to have to, get you all of that information after the fact. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do and you turn your notification bell to on so that you get notified as soon as I do go live with those updates. That, of course, assuming you want to stay up to date in this case and you want to hear what I have to say. All right, guys, let's just continue to hold out hope and continue to pray for Harmony's safe return. Hopefully she is out there. Hopefully somebody knows something and starts sharing. The good thing about this is that type of community, and not community, I guess that's not the right word, that kind of environment with, littered with people who have addiction problems, who are possibly selling things to earn money to fuel their habit. It's such a area of desperation that I would imagine people will start talking because that reward money is increasing so much and it's upwards of $90,000 now. So that's the silver lining, I think, in as far as getting information. It's not a strategic group of people necessarily. It's people who are looking out for their own best interest, who maybe know something and they're trying to get money, for their own gain. And so I feel like at least we have that working in our corner here. So hopefully something does come to fruition soon and we start to get some answers. All right, guys, I'll keep you updated. Make sure you give this video a like on your way out because it helps the algorithm, it will help push Harmony's story out there, and will help, hopefully, somebody come across it and share something that they know. I will keep you updated, and we will talk very soon. Until the next case, stay safe.